I'm just going to jump right in. At the beginning, what I want to do is kind of give you a mindset. So please don't jump ahead of this. I know it might sound like it's a little bit not the kind of useful life application stuff that you're looking for, but please believe me, mindset is a big part of it. It's hard to kind of live out the things that I'm going to tell you to do if you don't understand or set yourself emotionally and mentally first. So the first thing to tell you is don't fight the pain. It can be paralyzing. It can be overwhelming. And I talk to so many people that just think that pain is a sign of weakness. They think it's a sign of brokenness. They think just like normal, just like physical pain, they think if I'm in this much emotional agony, then I've got to do something before I can move forward. I just need to reach out. I just need to find the right wording. I need to find the right action. I need to find the right gesture. I mean, I had a guy a couple of weeks ago that flew across the world just so he could get in front of a woman to tell him how he felt because he thought that gesture was going to be it. So I understand sometimes people are looking for an actionable plan. There are some actionable things you can do, but one of the first things you need to do is learn how to frame your own mind. Learn how to get a hold of your own emotions. Well, the best way to get a hold of your own emotions is to stop fighting them so much. Stop taking the pain as evidence that something's wrong with you or that you need to do something now. A lot of times that pain, especially the overwhelming part of it, is really just evidence that you're wired for intensity. A lot of people with high IQ have high sensitivity. They have high intensity. So maybe that feeling, maybe that overwhelming sense of pain is not like actionable evidence that I need to do something now. I'm going to lose the love of my life if I don't take action. Maybe you're just in pain because you're exceptional. But whatever the cause, don't let the impact of that hurt cause you to do something that you're then going to just second guess and beat yourself up for later. So just take a deep breath. Don't fight the pain. Another thing that happens when you stop trying to fight what feels like, a crippling degree of pain and just accept it, it automatically lessens it. If you accept what you're feeling and take it as a sign that something's good about you instead of something's broken about you, and then you shift it and think, okay, I'm not in depression and I need to find a way to get over this person. That doesn't work. What I mean by that, if you're struggling just to get off the couch, telling yourself that I'm going to get off the couch and get over her, or I'm going to get out of bed and get over him. I'm going to go to work and I'm going to make him regret the fact that he lost me, and then I'm going to move on and I'm going to be stronger than ever. That doesn't work. Your mind knows that you're connected to that person. Your mind knows that you're in a lot of pain, and the more you try to deny it, the more you try to prove how tough you are and power through it, the harder it can be. So what you want to do is accept the pain and make a little deal with your mind. Tell yourself, look, I'm not trying to get off the couch and go work out or dive into work or prove how awesome I am as a way to get over this person I lost. I'm going to do those things to project and in essence act like I'm getting over that person. You're acting out strength that you don't feel, but that you do actually have. And I'm going to do it because it's my best chance to win them back. The truth is, we kind of like to look at ourselves in this perspective of a utopian perfection. What I mean is, we like the idea that if somebody breaks up with us, we can tell ourselves, well, if they don't want me, I don't want them. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to shake this off and I'm going to power forward. The problem is, we're a lot more complicated than we realize. Those emotions can be so strong, so overwhelming, that the more we try to toughen ourselves and power through it, the more we feel like we're taking a beating every day. So what can be a little bit more invigorating, what can give you a little bit of energy, and you're just looking for incremental increases in energy, just the ability to get out of bed sometimes. So when you're going through that, guess what? If you tell your mind, I'm going to go work out, I'm going to go focus on my career, I'm going to go improve myself in some way, not to try to get over this person that you know you're in love with. I'm going to do it because whether I tell anybody on the outside or not, it's my best chance to win them back. And that's probably why you clicked on this video, right? You didn't click on this video to learn how to be tough to live without them. You don't want to live without them. So stop trying to tell your own mind that that's your goal, because your mind doesn't want to hear it either. So tell yourself, I'm gonna live this way and I'm gonna act this way, but don't worry. Don't worry, brain. I'm not doing it to get over this person because I've accepted that I'm going to lose them forever. I'm actually projecting the strength to live without them because I know that's my best chance to win them back. Just that subtle shift in your thinking will give you a little bit of energy so you can finally get out of bed, so you can finally start to live with some strength. And again, it might be a strength that you don't actually feel while you're doing it. And some of this stuff, I understand, it sounds a little bit cliche, it sounds a little bit cheesy, but mental framing is real. And sometimes just having a quick mental image, a quick reference for your own mind can help you reset. One of the ones that I found works really well, and I used it myself when I was trying to get someone back, I call it the iron helmet. Every day, look at it like you're just going to be focused on moving forward. What you want to do is make an agreement between your heart and your head, like I was just talking about. A lot of times your head is going to be telling you, I don't need them, I don't want them, if they don't want to be with me, I don't need to be with them, I'm going to make them regret the fact that they lost me. Well, that's good. Your head's going to think like that. Your friend, your family, and your brain are going to tell you that person that broke up with you probably didn't deserve you anyway. And that's fantastic, except your heart, your emotions, your dreams, and your wounded ego are going to be telling you, I still think that's the love of my life. I just need to find a way to remind her. I just need to find a way to remind him. Well, make a peace treaty with yourself. You put on this iron helmet, and what I mean by that is this iron helmet looks like the Spartan helmet in 300. It protects you against feelings that you don't want to get distracted by. Now imagine that helmet has blinders that extend out for forever. In other words, you don't want to get distracted by what somebody's telling you because it's just too exhausting. So if you hear if you have friends that keep running up to you and telling you, hey, did you know she's dating somebody? Did you hear? I know this is going to rock you. Are you okay? Did you know that she's not only dating somebody? Hey, maybe they're adopting 3 children from a third world country. I don't know what it is. But your friends will kind of tell you things that actually torment you. And then while they're telling you things that torment you, a lot of times people are intelligent enough and they're sneaky enough that after a breakup, they'll find a way to peek in on that other person. There are websites that you can go and kind of look in without them knowing that you're looking at their Instagram or their Facebook or whatever online social profile they have. You can find a way to look at somebody else's profile to get a little information. Are they dating somebody? Is it serious? Are they engaged? How long have they been together? Have they met their parents? The problem with looking in on somebody else's life while you're trying to project strength and draw them back is that every little piece of information you get, it's really easy for you to build an entire false reality around it. You find one piece of information and you can convince yourself that not only have they met someone, but they're engaged, they're adopting, they're setting a date, their family loves them, they're going on a honeymoon to Hawaii. You build this entire reality based on one picture. I've had people call me and say, I saw that she liked to comment on this friend's page that was liking a comment on this guy's page, and then I saw that guy's page and he had a dog that's the same kind of breed as the dog that my girlfriend has, and I think they're actually hooking up. I mean, your mind goes crazy because your mind is hyper focused trying to figure out ways to get them back. So you accidentally flood yourself and you don't know how to just take a deep breath, stop getting distracted by trying to get all the information you can. The thinking is, if I get as much information as I can put together the best plan that I can think of. If I put together the best plan, I'll get the best result. So you start collecting as much information and data, as much evidence to find out what's going on in their lives. Don't. You're going to paralyze yourself. Don't do that. So a lot of this, again, is just getting the right mindset. Once you've got that, once you've decided, I'm not going to keep looking, I'm not going to keep fighting myself for what I want. I'm going to stop beating myself up, calling myself stupid, saying that I'm a fool, saying that I'm weak. I'm going to take the intensity that I feel and not fight it, but I'm not going to take that anxiety and let it talk me into sitting down and coming up with a master plan that's not going to work anyway. And I'm going to trust the principle of no contact, which is I'm going to give them the weight of my absence. Not only am I going to give them the weight of my absence, and here's where it gets into more actionable steps. I'm going to highlight myself in a way that makes them second guess what they've lost. So if you've been in no contact for a while, if you've been in no contact for 30 days and you've given them the power of radio silence, you want to shift it a little bit. Social media, if you have your profile set to open or public, then just start posting pictures that shows that you're not having the time of your life. I always say, look, don't post pictures showing yourself at a margarita bar, showing women licking salt off your stomach and with a red Solo cup in your hand. If you're a woman, don't show yourself on a party cruise ship surrounded by guys. You get the idea. You don't want to look like you're having the time of your life and you've never been happier. That can sometimes work short term, but most of the time it's going to be transparent. And they're going to be able to tell that you're trying to look like you're happy because they know how incredibly sad you are. So it doesn't work. What does work, and what's highly underrated, is projecting contentment. In other words, I'm not at the margarita bar surrounded by women who are drunk looking like I'm trying to happiness my way out of misery. Instead, I'm at a nice dinner with friends. Maybe I'm at a fire pit. Maybe I go mountain biking. Maybe I go for a hike. Maybe I'm on vacation at an interesting place. Maybe I'm learning a new thing. Maybe it's a picture of me with my trainer. I have one guy, he's a doctor in Texas, and he is crushing it. He was already quite successful in his career. He's already a good-looking guy. But since the breakup, he's gone to the gym. He's gone to a stylist. He's hired a professional photographer for headshots because he's a doctor. So he has these online profiles. So it doesn't look out of place that if he gets a nice-looking headshot and posts it on these professional sites, it doesn't look like he's trying too hard. He's got his scuba license. There's not much left other than if he's going to get his pilot's or helicopter pilot's license. He's taking the pain and he's using it to double down on himself, and his value is getting higher and higher. While he's doing these things, he's doing it to reattract her. But as he's doing it to reattract her, guess what else he's doing? He's reminding himself how impressive he is. He's reminding himself what a rare catch he is. So in other words, a lot of the no contact, what you're doing is just surprising and reminding both parties of how exceptional you are. And that's really at the heart of it. So take that energy, take that pain, stop beating yourself up with it, transfer some of it into a plan to win them back. The best plan to win them back is to project a strength that seems like you're strong enough to not look back. Now, the only reason you're trying to project enough strength so it looks like you're not looking back is because on the inside, you give yourself full permission to, of course, you're looking back. It feels like I'm trying to tell you to be a phony, but I'm not. Just look at it like this. Right now, you're in overwhelming pain. So what feels like an authentic reaction is for you to go beg, plead, and find some desperate way to draw them back. That feels authentic. That feels like the real you. That's not the real you. That's the real you in pain. The real you is somebody who knows how to conduct themselves with strength, who knows how to carry themselves with confidence, who knows what they're capable of, who knows that they're going to live a good life. It feels like you're acting, but the truth is, I'm not trying to get you to act like somebody else. I'm trying to get you to remember who you are when you're not in so much misery and act like that person. In a way, it's acting because you're trying to live through the pain. But in a more important way, it's not acting because you're really just trying to live out who you truly are when you're not in so much pain, if that makes sense. So when you're interacting with them, jumping to when you actually see them, maybe you work with them, maybe you have common friends, maybe you just know you're gonna run into them sooner or later, maybe it's a small town. When you see them, one of the most attractive things you can do, don't be mad, don't be sad. For a little handy rhyme, mad and sad are both bad. What you actually want to do, you don't want to pretend like you don't hurt, but what you want to do is act as though, yeah, of course I hurt, but I'm strong enough to live through it. So when you see them, 3 things you want to keep in mind. Be warm, be relaxed, and be brief. This sounds a little silly, right? But interact with them like you would interact with a person that you love with all your heart as a friend, and you don't want to hurt, but you don't have any romantic interest in. Think of somebody in your past that had a crush on you, and you like them a lot as a person, and you wouldn't want to hurt their feelings, but you don't want to encourage them. With somebody like that, you're going to be warm, you're going to be brief, and you're going to be relaxed. Warm because you don't want to hurt them, relaxed because you're not really attracted to them, and brief because you don't want to lead them on. Who we are when we're interacting with people like that is actually one of the most charismatic, attractive versions of who we are. That's why a lot of times you'll find out, maybe once in a while you'll find out that a friend of yours has a big crush on you. Well, why do you think that friend of yours has a big crush on you throughout life? Well, because who we are when we're in our most relaxed state is also one of the most attractive forms of who we are. So if you see them, that's what you want to do. Don't ignore. Don't be passive aggressive. Don't show them the little wounded eyes or try to catch them looking at you across the room and you give them the big doe. Are you thinking of me? I'm thinking about you eyes. You just want to just look like you're not over the top happy, but content, confident, relaxed. Look at it like if you have a chance to interact with them, you're on display for them. They're going to be watching you. They want to see if you're hurt. They want to see if you're trying to get some time with them. They want to see if you're trying to extend any kind of interaction you can with them. Don't do it. Don't ignore them, but don't be too latched onto them. If you're going to do an exchange, if you're going to do a drop off of possessions, this is one of the most powerful things you can do. When you see them, be brief. Be looking good, but be looking good because you have a place to go. So try to limit it to 10 or 15 minutes. Be relaxed. Say things like, oh, it's really good to see you. Hey, I'm sorry I can't stay too long. I got some people waiting on me. That explains why you look so good. Be very warm. Just like I said, be warm, be relaxed, but be brief. Okay, look, take a look in the box. I tried to put everything in there. If you find that I missed anything, just let me know, and I'll make sure to get it to you. It's good to see you again. Don't even be afraid to compliment them. You don't want to be cold. You don't want to be apathetic. But you know what really confuses them and leaves them kind of second guessing what just happened? Give them a little side hug. Hey, you look fantastic. You look really great. I hope you're doing well. All right, hey, take care of yourself. I got to go. All right, I'll see you later. What? Well, they were expecting you to try to seize that moment and milk it for everything that you could get out of it. They were expecting you to give this look of sadness. They were expecting you to give them this long, meaningful, emotional hug and just try to hold on to every little second. Don't do that. Project strength without expecting yourself to feel it. That doesn't make you phony. That just means you're resilient. And anytime you see like a hint of pity, sympathy, or guilt, if they offer to, hey, I'm going to be here for you. I know this is a hard thing you're going through. I feel awful that I'm breaking up with you. As crazy as it sounds, sometimes somebody will break up with you and then offer to be there for you to get through the pain. Normally, that's a manipulator. I'm not saying every time, but most of the time, it's a manipulator who likes to know you're still close enough if they want you back. And whether they tell you or not, they get a bit of an ego boost out of knowing they get a first-hand, front-row view of the pain that they cause somebody by rejecting them. So anytime they offer you pity, sympathy, or guilt, hand it back to them. I'm so sorry that this happened. You deserve better. It kills me to know that I hurt you. I'd do anything not to hurt you. I mean, anything but date you, apparently. But the point is, if they give you pity, sympathy, or guilt, reword it and hand it back to them. Say something like, well, I appreciate that, but don't get me wrong. Yeah, of course it hurts, but I'm glad you were honest with me. I wouldn't want to be with you if you weren't excited to be with me. We both deserve to be with somebody that wants to be with us, right? So yeah, I mean, right now, of course it hurts. I'm not shallow. I'm not somebody that falls in and out of love easily, and we had dreams, but I'd much rather find out now than after we were engaged, married, or had 3 kids. So, hey, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. Hands the pain right back to them. It also frames you in a position of more strength. To do otherwise and to take them up on the offer to be there for you when you're going through the pain, what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to become training wheels. You're actually assisting them and helping them and boosting their ego after they've broken up with you. It's a lot easier to learn to live without you if they don't have to live without you after they've broken up with you.